Hello everyone, welcome to the Ultimate Price Action On-Demand course. This course is a complete beginner to advanced price action trading course in which you will be learning about almost 40 to 50 concepts will be discussed in depth, wherein you will be learning everything related to the price action trading, plus risk management techniques, plus trading psychology in detail. So let's quickly understand what are the topics that we're going to cover in this particular course. There are total 5 parts are there, 5 parts plus one bonus part is there. So those are covered as 5 videos plus one video. So in that, the first video in this part one, and here we'll be discussing the core concepts of a price action trading. And before discussing this, so we will be dividing the trading into 3 categories. One thing is technical analysis. Second thing is risk management. Third thing would be trading psychology or trading mindset, we can say. So in this, technical analysis will include everything related to the chart analysis, entry exits, candlestick analysis, support resistance or breakout or fake outs, and stop loss management. All these things will get covered in technical analysis. We will be covering mostly based upon the price action related technical analysis, and that will include everything that we discussed over here. Then comes to the risk management. Risk management is what will save you if you are wrong in particular decision. Let's say how much to risk per trade or how much capital you can risk per day or per week or per month, and how to allocate your capital if you're trading positional, if you're trading intraday, how to manage the capital and how to not lose a specified amount of money per single trade or per a month or per a day. All this comes under risk management section. It is very important to manage the risk first, because as a beginners, many people will want to make profit very quickly without even understanding that retaining the capital is most important over a period of time than just looking to take like low probability trades and then to risk so much and then wipe off the capital in no time. So many people will fail at the risk management before they don't even know like how to properly do the position sizing or to the stop loss management, all these things. Those everything you will be learning in the risk management. Then comes to the trading psychology. One of the most important out of all these three is the trading psychology or the mindset. No matter how good you are with the technical analysis or how good you are with the risk management, if you are unable to manage your own emotions and then trading against the market or against the your own rules, and then you're breaking the rules and then taking more position sizing, etc., then nobody can help you, because that is the one thing which will take time for you to tune it according to the market situations. In any kind of a situations, you should not let your emotions to take over your logical entry and exits, and then that will be discussed in depth. So now coming back to the parts. In part one, you will be learning about price action trading core concepts. Candlestick analysis will be explained in depth. Then you will be covering the volume, and then volume plus candlesticks. Very important thing is volume. Many people might ignore volume, or some people might know volume in a wrong sense, but the right way is to match the volume with the candlesticks in different situations and try to make sense out of it and try to predict the future price momentum. And then everything on support or resistance levels. Support or resistance levels is not just normal levels that you will be drawing. In any chart, whatever the levels that you will be drawing, everything will come under support and resistance, and there will be some rules to it to draw. And what happens at a support and resistance levels? Let's say if this resistance level, price can touch and reverse, or price can touch and break and continue. It can break and retest and continue, or it can break and then it can result in a fake out. So what to do in all these cases, how to identify which kind of things can happen, and during that point of time, what kind of a trade setups that you can take, where should be the entry, where should be the exit, all these things will be discussed. Along with that, there is one more important concept called demand and supply zones. So which is similar to support and resistance, but it's a clear-cut differentiation will be there. There will be 3 to 4 points within which you will be able to differentiate between the support and resistance and demand and supply zones. Then comes to the trend trading with trend lines. First of all, identifying the trend, and then trends will be there in the multiple time frames, like doing the multi time frame analysis plus drawing the trend lines and taking the trend trading, trend reversal trading just by using the trend lines and simple price action techniques. All these things will be discussed. Then there is something called a Wyckoff theory, which is a market structure or the market momentum that we will be discussing. There are 4 stages will be there, and what is the logic behind each stage. And there is something called as springs. Springs is something where the smart traders will accumulate or try to create a false breakout so that retail people will trap inside that particular thing. So those things called as springs will be also discussed. This is a part of the Wyckoff theorem only. And then at the end, we'll be putting all these things together using a chart example. So whatever you have learned will be detailedly explained in that particular example. And you'll be also getting a premium Discord community. Regarding the bonuses also I'll be discussing. The bonuses you'll be getting is 1 year access to our premium Discord community. In our premium Discord community, you'll be getting access to the intraday live market for Nifty or Bank Nifty, and then intraday stock analysis, and then positional trading for equity or swing trading and positional trading. And during the live market, our students will be discussing. More than 1,000 members would be there, and a few of them would be active during the live market in intraday. So those people would be discussing regarding the market updates, and whatever the queries that you have, you can ask those queries during the live market, and our team would be ready for you to help you. And coming to the part 2, you'll be understanding about the gap up and gap downs, why will it occur, and how to identify those gaps, and what levels to mark properly, and what is the use by marking those levels. Then comes to the chart patterns. So most of the part 2 will be regarding the chart patterns. It's not just knowing the chart patterns, but how to identify them even before they are forming, plus understanding the logic behind them. Because if you don't know the logic and just know the patterns, it will not work out. You will just blindly trade it, and that might go into a wrong trade. So you must understand the logic behind a pattern. Just the patterns will not work out if you don't know when to deploy them. And then we'll be discussing about breakout and breakdowns. After the pattern formation, where we need to identify a breakout or a breakdown. So that is important thing. And even more important than that is identification of a fake outs. There are 5 to 6 ways, even more than that ways, that we'll be discussing how you can avoid a fake breakouts. Because in trading, 90% would be the fake breakouts, and proper breakouts will be very, very less. So most of the times people will get trapped in those kind of a fake breakouts. The moment they take a long trade, it will come and hit their stop loss. The moment they take a short trade, it will come and hit their stop loss. So how to avoid these all things will be discussed. And then you'll be also given some assignments so that you can work upon them. And a playback simulation will be there where I'll be playing the candles, and then I'll be pausing, and then I'll be asking a queries so that you can also try to answer those queries. It will be kind of a interactive session. Then part 3. So part 3 is completely, mostly 90% of part 3 will be upon intraday strategies. And we'll be having around 12 intraday strategies will be there. Some of them are related to gap up and gap down market situations. Some of them are related to central pivot range, which is CPR. And most importantly, 2 of them are related to the institutional zones. And if you're already following us on Instagram or Telegram, you'll be knowing the power of institutional zones and an alert system. If you don't know, then you can check out our Telegram or Instagram, or even you'll be able to learn at this particular course about what are the institutional zones. It's the intraday indicator, leading indicator, that will help you in many ways. And EMA and SMA hacks, there are in few of the market situations you will be using the EMA and SMA hacks. This is the only lagging indicator that we will be using in the entire session. Rest all things are pure price action based and leading indicator based, like institutional levels and CPR levels. And around 12 intraday techniques will be discussed, including the enter and exits exactly, and how to place the stop loss and trial it, and when to avoid trading. Because in intraday or even in general, you must not only know about when to take the trades, it's also very crucial to understand how to avoid or when to avoid the trades. Because You don't want to enter into a low probability trade setups and then hit the stop loss, and then you will refrain from trading a good setups. So it's not like that. You must always try to look for high probable trade opportunities. And then you'll be also learning about the stock selection process, which is also crucial, because if you select the right stocks, then it can give the right move. So there are many techniques to select these stocks during the market and post the market. So we'll be discussing that as well. And part 4 is one of the most important part. As I was mentioning, 70% of your trading success depends upon your risk management techniques plus the trading psychology or the mindset. So in that, we'll be discussing about the risk management in depth as to what is the practical return expectations and how the beginners will make mistake of expecting much in the initial stages itself and then losing the capital, and the risk reward model, position sizing calculation. Then we'll come to the trading psychology, and every emotion will be discussed in detail as to what are the triggering points to get those kind of emotions in the market, and how you can control those triggers in the live market, how not to do the emotional trading, how to be stable in all kinds of market conditions, what are the how to change the patterns on the brain basically, because habits are nothing but uh, your complete repetitions of what you do, how you feel is how your brain will process even while you're trading. So how to change those subconscious patterns, those things we'll be discussing in trade like a monk concept. And also there is something called an effective trading journal. So how you can journal your trades and emotions attached into this particular trades, because unless and until you maintaining a journal, you will not understand your improvement points or the mistakes that you are doing on a regular basis. So it's very important for you to maintain that journal and then correct on week to week basis, so that you will become better month on month and week. That there's a software called Notion. So we'll be discussing, it's a free software. So you can use that and then you can note it down your journal. That application is also available. So I'll be sharing the entire structure as to how you can maintain the journal, and most importantly, how you can review, how you can filter and find out the best trading opportunities and the best trading techniques that you are using and the most lost techniques that you are using, so that you can rectify them as well. Then in the last part, it's a part 5, we'll be discussing about sector analysis and index comparison. This is also one way of stock selection process. And there's a volume profile, Fibonacci, Heikin-Ashi is one of the interesting topic that we'll be discussing. And scalping techniques are for the advanced traders, where they can trade in 1 minute time frame with very fast executions. It is not for everyone, but for the ones who are actively looking at the markets, and then they are able to execute within the less than 30 seconds or so, because scalping techniques will be done in 1 minute time frame, and you need to be having very good fast and speed to execute it on proper basis. So we have 2 scalping techniques. We'll be discussing that in detail. And swing trading and positional trading, capital management. During this place itself, during part 5 or part 3, we'll be also discussing the important concepts for the swing trading and positional trading. And here we'll be also touching upon how to allocate your capital. Let's say if you have 2 lakhs for swing trading or positional trading. So in which sectors, or how to do the sector analysis, and how to do the mid cap or small caps, how to allocate that right way of allocation, and basically when to stop or when to exit that particular stock, or how to book the targets in case of a swing and positional. Because in intraday it is very simple, you will look for 1:1 or 1:2, but for swing and positional it is little tricky to know when to actually book the profit or when to exit at that point of time. We'll be discussing that. And finally also we'll be discussing how to select the stocks, better stock selection process for the small cap stocks, because small cap stocks will not be generally liquid stocks, they'll be illiquid stocks. But there is some other way where you can find out the best stocks even in the small cap sector, in the small cap segment. Then finally you'll be also getting a bonus session on options. This bonus session on options are kind of basic to intermediate level discussion will be there on this, where it is completely will help you for intraday option buying in Nifty or Bank Nifty, wherein you'll be able to learn about strike price selection and then how to keep the stop loss in options and specifically how to read the option chain data. It will be very helpful for you, especially during the expiry days, etc. For the option buyers also, it will be useful. And what is the core difference between option selling and option buying, and why many people will prefer option selling, that also will be discussed in detail. Then there is something called as premium decay concept that also will discuss. All these things will help you if you are trading intraday option buying. Of course, this is the very basics of the options. And for the, if you want to learn complete option selling strategies, hedging strategies, option weekly and monthly expiries, and how to make the passive income from options, so we have a separate course for that. You can check it out. But in this, we'll be teaching about all the things related to the price action, plus risk management, plus technical trading psychology. So with this, you'll definitely be able to take your trades on your own. You need not depend upon anyone. It will first make you an independent trader. Then with the experience that you are gaining over a period of time and the mindset that you are tuning according to the market conditions, then slowly you can become a successful independent trader. So those are the topics, and you'll be also getting an access to, along with the Discord community access for 1 year, you'll be also getting an access to the institutional zones alert system, which is a leading indicator. This also you'll be getting an access to 1 year. And this particular recording will be available for you to watch any number of times that you want, with the limit within the time limit that you have. That is, as of now, it is approximately 1 year. So within that 1 year, you will be able to watch as many number of times as you want. And any queries that you will be having, you can ask it on our Discord community, and our team will be there to answer that particular thing. So all the very best, and I'll see you inside the session. Thank you.